You guys need to pregame and do like pregame sex before you do each show.
I said he's generated, now he's charged up. See, you better get your flow, you better bar up. He's shutting down everybody with again, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air. I said he's generated, now he's charged up. See, you better get your flow, you better bar up. He's shutting down everybody with again, he doesn't care, cause you know that energy's about to rise in the air.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Althea, the DNA Live show. Right? You know what it is? It's our guest, and she's I just can't. I'm totally flustered right now. Thank you, Teresa.
That's what she's there for.
But I did want to start the show with a special shout out, a birthday shout out to a very special individual. Actually, there are two individuals, but we're only going to talk about one right now because it's his birthday. His name is Dennis Shanahan, or Shannon, but I like to call him Mr. Shenanigans, actually.
Why you call Mr. Shenanigans?
Funny, you should ask that. Oh, my God. So Dennis and I used to work together a few years back, and he is a fabulous guy, but he is great with tile work, construction. I mean, he just does it all. But the one thing he did very well while we were working together was play little pranks on me. So, with his little shenanigans. So I figured I would feature some of them on the show tonight.
What?
Yes,
Wait.
No. This gets good.
This gets
Watch
personal?
It's getting real personal.
All right, let's
Okay,
see.
so when we used to work in the same office at the company, and if I said something or did something, he would actually act on it. So, with that said, I used to drink a lot of coffee, but I used to drink a lot of water. So Dennis decided to show me how much water I drank one day. Can you put the first picture up, please, Bobby? And
my God.
and that's what he did to my car. Okay, he surrounded it with water bottles. Okay, get rid of that picture now. Then the second time, I used to complain about how hot it was in the construction trailer.
Oh, God.
And my office was in the front. No, I'm sorry. My office was in the back. So it used to get hotter in the back over there because I wasn't by the air conditioning. So Dennis decided to make it a little cooler for me. Picture number 2, please, Bobby. Okay. So when I came back to the office after lunch, this is where I found my office chair.
I thought they just moved you out.
No, he didn't. He probably wanted to move me out, but no. Okay, so with that said, there was I think at the time there were everybody with the paper straws, right? And I hated the paper straws, and I couldn't find a plastic straw. Cue the third picture. This is his idea of a plastic straw. The length of my car. I think he was trying to tell me I had a big enough mouth for it. But yes, this is the I don't have that straw anymore, but yes. So, the fourth picture, not yet. The fourth picture was I used to stay a lot over, like I would have to leave at 3:00 or whatever, right? And sometimes I would stay over just to go visit the other homeowners and see what repairs were needed and stuff like that. And Dennis was in one of the homes fixing something, and I had parked in front. And he thought I was leaving. He thought I was on my way out, and I wasn't. But this was his way of telling me to leave. Go ahead.
Go home.
And I was like, so he took.
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
No, he took the picture and then sent it to me while I was still in my car. So, and last but not least, we have, he has a beautiful blue Camaro, by the way. And I said at one point, my car's a sports car too, you know. It looks like a race car, right?
No.
I mean,
I call it the goat cart.
okay, the Corolla Sport, which was a little sporty looking, and
It was a car. It was literally a go kart on wheels.
anyway, I always thought it was a little sports car, and Dennis thought it needed just a few adjustments. So, pictures, please. So this is what he did. He put painter's tape. Next picture. Then he put, he didn't finish there. He put it on the front. And he also gave me racing stripes on the side of my car. Yeah. So
You guys had too much fun at that job.
you don't know. No. He had too much fun with me on the job, okay? He was always the prankster. I mean, I have at least, Dennis knows, I have at least 10 or 15 good pictures, but we would need the whole show to display that. But with that said, I want to wish Dennis a very, very special
Wish you a happy birthday, brother.
happy birthday.
And,
He is the best. He is the best.
Halloween, you did a great job on the decorations and everything, man. So thank you so much for
and
inviting.
Cheryl.
It was such a
you got to put
cool
Cheryl in there too,
theme.
you know.
No, I was in Shadow Rap.
Oh, okay, I'm
But
just saying.
It was such a cool theme.
Yeah, it was.
You
It
know?
was such a cool theme. And Dennis and Cheryl are fabulous party hosts, and they're my good friends. And even though we don't work together anymore, I'm still working with them
Former co-worker.
you know, they're just, you guys are the best, and I love you both. And I want to wish my very special friend Dennis a big happy birthday. And I am going to see you guys soon near Christmas. So,
Happy birthday. Thank
no,
you,
go
too, for
ahead.
the
You can
birthday
keep going. I
wishes.
mean, you know, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dennis. Mr. Shenanigans. Happy birthday to you. Oh, that was so sweet. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, hon. Thank you very much. But with that said, we're going to go to commercial break. But before that, I just want to let you know we got the incomparable Teresa Farrell, Miss Tea Time herself, actor, producer, talk show host. Do I say comedian? Stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Let me just say one thing, guys. After this commercial break, when she comes on, be prepared. It's gonna just be prepared.
Be prepared, ladies and gentlemen.
Be prepared. We're gonna have so much fun right now in the next 45 minutes. Okay, go to commercial break, and we'll be right back with Teresa. And we're back. And I'd like to welcome the fabulous Teresa Farrell.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. But you know what? You had me flustered there, and we were just about to go on air.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm kind of crazy like that.
That's why I love you, and that's why you're here. That's why you're here. Okay. So actually, you. Oh, he wants me to move a little.
Yeah, he
over.
wants you
I'm sorry.
centered.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Am I centered? Okay, I'm centered. Sorry about that.
Okay.
We're always having issues anyway. So we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. So I'm you know me, I'm very,
Yes, you're prepared.
I'm always,
You
I
are
know.
prepared.
I'm
You're
always prepared.
Yeah.
Let's start with your acting career, shall we?
Sure.
Okay, but you've done a lot. So, I mean, obviously you've done commercials, movies, web series, TV sitcom, traveling off-Broadway show called Bat Boy, It's a Yankee Miracle, the true life story of Ray Negron, Murdered by the Mob. I mean,
I just did Murdered by the Mob Friday night, actually, in Manhattan. Murdered by the Mob is the longest-running murder mystery show in Manhattan.
Oh, really?
And we're trying to bring it to Long Island and Queens. I played Donna Rosella on Friday night, and it was a blast. It's such a great show because it's very interactive.
Right, okay.
So the audience gets involved. It's like kind of like going to an Italian wedding and a couple of people get whacked, and you have to figure out who whacked them. So. And again, we call up audience members, and it's a lot of fun. It's a fun show.
wasn't there something like that years ago?
Probably that one, because it's been around for 27 years. It's like
'Cause
27,
that does
28
ring a bell.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually rings a bell.
It's a great show. It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun doing it. I'm an understudy. I understudy for 2 parts right now.
Okay.
And it's just a great show.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, it's
So
fun.
what kind of character is this Donna?
Donna Rosella is the widow of Big Paulie. who
Oh,
is
Jesus,
the-
Big Paul,
is
I
the
dare
you
to-
know the
dare
big
to ask.
boss, and he got shot 22 times in the chest.
Only
and-
22.
And I want revenge, and it's really 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 good. It's a good show.
So it's kind of like the board game Clue.
Yeah, exactly. Except it's like being an Italian wedding with a 3-course meal, music, dancing, singing. It is so much fun.
Damn.
It is fun. Yeah,
And
you
where's
guys have to come.
I got to check that out.
You do. You do.
I do. And that's on Friday nights?
No, it was Friday night this time, but actually if you go to murderedbythemob.com,
Murdered by the Okay, let me
yeah,
write that
you
down.
can see all the upcoming shows that are happening.
Murdered by the Mob.
Yeah.
Okay, Murdered.
What's the person's name that runs it?
Well, there are 2 owners and producers that own the show, Mike and John, and Ralph Bracco, who I'm in Bat Boy, a Yankee Miracle with, is kind of produces it and runs it when they're not there. Yeah.
Murdered by the Mob.
Murderedbythemob.com.
Murdered by the Mob.
Check it out.
I want to try the one that caught my. Okay, but you are.
How I was rejected at a very young age. How I was rejected.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about
You
that,
can
but
talk about it. It's a
didn't really-
classic story, actually, and some people have heard it. Some
I
people
saw the
haven't.
picture. I can understand.
Yeah.
why.
What happened was my mom put me on stage when I was 4 years old, dancing at Robert Mann Dance Studio in Bayside, where I grew up in Queens. And one day, the producers of The Godfather walked in, and they were looking for kids to run around in the wedding scene.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Which I think took place in Staten Island, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah,
they
it did.
lined us all up, and they picked my girlfriend Grace and her brother Michael and her sister Maria. They're Italian. They picked Lisa and Joey Toy, who actually were half Italian, half Asian, but they looked more Italian.
Okay.
And I think they picked a couple more people, and I am a very vocal person, and I
Yes,
was back then
really,
too.
I wouldn't have thought.
I'm not shy at all, and I kind of like tugged on the guy's jacket, looking up, say, "What about me?" And he said, "What about you, little girl?" I said, "I'm Italian." And when I was younger, my hair was lighter,
Okay.
and I have blue eyes. And I'm actually 100% Sicilian, but there are Sicilians with blue,
blue eyes, right.
Italians with blue eyes. So he goes, "I'm sorry, little girl, you don't look Italian." And I'm like, "But I'm 100% Sicilian." And he said, "I'm sorry, I'm just sorry." And I went crying home to my mother, and I'm like, "They're all gonna be in this movie. He told me I don't look Italian. I'm not going to be in it. And till today, my girlfriend still gets a residual check for the movie. I mean, right now it's like pennies. Over the
but
years,
still.
it decreases. But I said, if you would have banked every single check you ever got, girl, you would have had a nice amount in that.
For sure.
Bank account.
And because of the blue eyes.
Because I didn't look Italian enough.
Seriously.
Now you want, I'll put on brown contacts, I'll make my hair darker, I wear wigs. I transform myself into anyone you want me to look like.
Yeah, okay.
How
So that was my first like rejection, like dealing with rejection in the industry. And then from there, I just, I was very involved in theater.
Okay.
And doing shows in school and community theater. And then I did a Bud Light commercial, was the first commercial I ever did. That was filmed on Bud Boulevard, Bud Light commercial.
Bud
and
Light. Okay.
And then it just progressively, I kind of backed away from the acting a little bit and then got into comedy in the early 90s. I know we're going to talk about that more later. And then 7 years ago, I had brain surgery. I had a brain tumor.
I know, you were telling me. Right?
And it really makes you reevaluate your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I eat, sleep, and breathe performing. And acting was always my first love.
Right.
And throwing the comedy into it was just like a home run. But I said, I really want to concentrate on the acting now. And that's what I've been doing. And things have been, happening for me.
So you
I'm very happy
you
about
prefer
it.
the acting over the comedy?
I do I'm going to say I do in the sense of if I had a choice between doing a movie or a sitcom or getting up and telling jokes for 15, 20 minutes, obviously I'd rather be on a movie set or a TV set.
True.
But I do like incorporating, and I do the sitcom that you talked about, Recipes for Love.
Right, mm-hmm.
We filmed in Philly. Daniel Baldwin's in that, Nick Turturro.
That's Baldwin's brother, like the famous Baldwins?
Alec. Yeah, he's part of the
okay.
Baldwin brothers.
Because I didn't know Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel's part of the brothers.
Which one's
and
Daniel?
Daniel, I didn't send. I
Okay,
don't think
'cause
I
there's
sent Bobby a
Stephen.
picture of him.
There's Stephen Baldwin, right?
There's Stephen, Alec, Daniel, and now this is embarrassing that I can't remember. Billy Baldwin.
Yes, Billy. Okay.
So, I apologize to the Baldwin family. They're originally from Massapequa. I had Daniel on my
I
show.
did not know that.
Yes, I had Daniel on my show. So Daniel Baldwin's in it, Nick Turturro's in it. We film it in Philly. I'm actually going back to Philly for season 2, episode 1. Yay, they're bringing me back, my character back. I'm very excited. So, I mean, the ultimate high is acting in a comedy.
Right.
Because
yeah,
now
true.
I'm bringing both
Now you
things
bring
to the
both.
table.
Ah, very good, very
Yeah.
good. Do we have any pictures? Because I wanted to ask her. I mean,
Oh, you want to throw them up and I'll tell you what they are?
that's
know
what
I
I'm
do that
trying to
too.
get here.
Oh, that's the Wizard's books.
The Wizard book.
And I play a witch, and that is me. That is directed and written by Joe Simonera.
Oh, okay.
And that was filmed in Valley Stream.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's almost like kind of like a Harry Potter.
Okay, now tell me, what's this all about?
Okay, that's Fran Drescher.
I
and
know who she
myself.
is.
Yes, that's Fran. That is her and I in New Jersey doing a TV series which is on Amazon Prime called Gravesend.
Gravesend. I've
And
heard of that too.
That's season 2. I wasn't in season 1. That's season 2. I'm hoping and praying they bring me back for season 3, which would be lovely.
That'd be cool.
Fran was great.
I can
She was
imagine.
a lot of fun.
Right.
She was a doll. I actually met her years ago. She had cancer.
Right.
She had cancer, and she does. She has an organization called Cancer Schmancer,
Cancer Schmancer.
and
Oh,
she
I love
does a
that.
Cancer Schmancer cruise.
Okay.
And my girlfriend Alexis and Alexis went to high school with Fran and her ex-gay husband Mark. Yeah. So Alexis said we're gonna go on the cruise, and we get to see Peter Mark Jacobson. I apologize. Peter Mark Jacobson is her ex-husband. Everyone knows this. He was the writer and the producer and co-creator of The Nanny.
Ah,
Yes.
yes, that's
so
right.
Peter, Mark
That's right.
Jacobson, Peter and Fran were on the cruise, and so was Patti LuPone, which
Patti
was
LuPone, I know.
yeah. Patti LuPone played Evita.
Yes,
Evita
I
on
remember-
Broadway.
Yes, she's
So
good. She's good. She's a good.
I,
She's got a good set of pipes.
So Fran didn't remember me from the cruise, but once I mentioned Alexis, and then she was like, "Oh yeah." And then we were just talking about her organization, and I was telling her how my brother just overcame cancer, So it was a nice moment, and it was
Nice.
really great working with her, and she's such a sweet, sweet person.
Cool. And do we have any more pictures? There we go. There's Totoro.
That's Nick. Yeah, that was in Philly. We didn't have any scenes together. I'm hoping we do for season 2.
Oh, okay.
My character, Rhonda, is a
He was on Law and Order, right?
Yes,
Was it Law and
yes,
Order?
yes.
Right. Okay.
My character, Rhonda, her husband passed away many, many years ago. She's an ex-aerobic instructor.
Oh.
And I was talking to the writer, Teresa Warwick, shout out to Teresa, and I said, I think Rhonda needs to get a groove on in season 2. You know what I mean? She hasn't dated anyone since her husband died 20 years ago. She needs to date.
You need to date.
So I was like, if Nick's available, Daniel's available, anyone else on the cast or crew available, I don't think she'll object,
All right. Do we have any more pictures, Bobby? I just can't right now.
Oh,
Okay, so what is this?
Okay, that's, as you know, Bobby has an open mic here on a Friday
Right.
night.
And you did like a skit?
And Barbara Held, who is one of my closest, oldest friends, literally.
Okay.
Her and I did a skit of 2 old ladies sitting on a park bench during COVID because we were outside. And I was very jealous and shocked, as you could tell by my expression, that she was having sex and I couldn't find a man to have sex. Yeah.
Okay, next, please. We got more? No, we don't have any more? Are you sure? I'm just loving this. No, I actually did a skit once.
Yeah.
My acting was back in high school.
Yeah. I did West Side Story in high school.
We didn't do West Side High. We did The Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, Fiddler on the Roof did that.
I was the fiddler. They just kept me on the roof. And that was
Okay.
it. That's that's all I did. All my girls in high school, Daphne, Julie, I know you're out there. They used to laugh at me because they used to have to put the beard on me.
Yes.
And
They
that-
make you look like a dude, right? Well, you know what happened with me is
Oh,
I was
God.
part of the chorus, but they didn't have enough male dancers. So what they did was they had to tape down my bosoms, and I had to be a male dancer. Yeah, that's what they did back then.
Only here, folks.
Welcome
Yeah.
to show business.
Yeah.
No, but they put the beard on me. The problem.
I'm Italian. I could grow my own. Yeah.
But they had this beard and they put this glue.
Oh,
right?
yes. Yeah,
the
yeah. To
glue-
make sure it sticks.
Oh God, did it stick?
How'd you feel about being the rhythm?
Well, I didn't have a speaking part.
It's
I
not
had,
pleasant,
I
especially
had,
taking it off.
I had the fiddle, obviously,
Right. Yeah.
And in between every segment
Did
or
you
whatever,
try to act for any
I
other
was
parts?
just doing, no. All I was doing was this.
That's funny.
That's all I
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole entire
Yeah, she was the
play.
fiddler.
I
Yeah.
was the fiddler on the roof.
On the roof.
Listen, don't feel bad in the drama club, man.
No, okay, but I got another one. I got another one. One more.
Okay.
I was. It was a talent show.
Okay.
And back then, like mime, mime, I guess.
Mime.
The mimes.
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't do that. I did it
Go ahead. You keep laughing, but come on. tell it.
because she still has me from when she disturbed me right before the show. I'm
Okay.
still thinking of that. Okay, but I was a mime and I was on a park bench and I was playing a bum
Okay.
and there was a garbage can next to me.
Right.
And I did this little skit for about, 10, 15 minutes. Do you know I got a standing ovation?
Hey, that's so
Standing
cool.
ovation.
That's so
and
cool.
Then they asked me the following year, they asked me to do it again. And I said, no.
All right.
I said, no.
Okay.
I said, you can't.
Once was enough.
Once, my mom always told me, always keep them wanting.
Always, yes. Keep them wanting more.
Yeah, and that, and as for commercials,
Yeah.
I was in a Toyota commercial.
Oh, cool.
I was one of the stupid idiots that jump up in the air at the
Yeah,
end
yeah,
of the
yeah.
commercial.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And my famous one was Lola Bunny. I was Lola Bunny for the Space Jam promotion.
Yes.
And it was on the Today Show.
Oh,
and my
cool.
agent called and said, we need a bunny. And I was like, what do
And
you
I need an agent.
Yeah. So, no, yeah, but you know what? Those costumes that they make you wear.
Yes. Yeah.
The head alone was about 30 pounds.
Oh yeah,
and
they're
we
heavy.
couldn't talk.
They're heavy. Yeah.
And we couldn't talk. And the Lola Bunny, the body was this whole big costume.
right.
Let me tell you, that's a lot of work, man.
How much did you make?
I think like $100. I mean, we're talking how many? We're talking
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day,
Yeah.
like 90s. But for a 10, 15-minute stunt
Segment?
segment, not
Wow.
even. It was about 5 or 10 minutes because the other guy that I was with was doing Bugs Bunny and he was playing basketball with Al Roker.
Oh.
And we also had 2 other people there that were like those little monsters.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The
And I was in the background, like
Monstars.
jumping up and
Right,
down,
right.
cheering for Bugs Bunny. But that's probably my acting career in a nutshell.
You know, a
That's
lot
it.
of people think acting is so easy. I mean, I
It's
remember
not.
going for the parts and stuff, and it was you would have the whole lines, and the lines would be
Yeah.
all the way down to the street. Then you
But
would
how-
have the
how-
piece of paper.
How many roles do you like? Do you get? I mean, it's not like everything you go for you get.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say
No.
independent,
I mean,
you know?
I listened since COVID. There's very little in-person auditioning now.
Right, yeah.
A lot of it is all online.
Right.
And just submitting.
Zooms, right?
Submitting.
Wow.
It's self-tapes. It's
Yeah.
it's self-tape. It's taping yourself and then submitting it. I don't like them. I'd rather go into a room
I'd rather
and
go in,
show them
yeah.
my personality and what I could bring to a table. But the good thing about self-tapes is that you could keep doing it until you really like the one you
Okay.
get.
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
when you want to submit or use.
Right.
I mean, what's really nice is when you don't have to audition. And what's really nice is when someone writes a role with you in mind. Like I did a web series called Paper.
Yeah, what was that one all
For
about?
Omar Moore. I play a secretary, and it just has to do with office, stuff that goes on in the office, and
Jokes by the water cooler?
Again, my part was very comedic, and when I did my scene with the girl across from me, she literally, when they yelled cut, she just bursted out laughing, and she goes, "Why aren't you on like the Marvelous Maisel or something?" She's like, "You're freaking hysterical," and she goes, "What I had to do to like bite the side of my cheek not to crack up while you're
Right.
talking to me." And I said, "Thank you so much." I said, "That's like a huge compliment." But what happened was, working for Omar, I love. He wrote another series now called Me and My Nuts.
I know. I was going to
Which
ask.
is a-
That was
which
my
is a
next
comedy.
question. Me and my nuts.
It's a comedy, and that's about a psychiatrist who gets these clients that he would normally take care of, but he has to take care of them all together in a cluster now, which he doesn't normally do. I play his secretary. And each of these people have a major, major issue that's going on with them. And it's very well written. It's very, very funny. But for him to say, "I wrote something and I want you to play the secretary," and I was like, that's the ultimate thing, is when someone says, I had
Right.
another someone else reach out to me saying, I wrote something and I want you to be in it, and that's like the ultimate,
Right, yeah.
Compliment.
and high.
When they know your work and they've seen you,
Right,
so they know,
right.
oh, she's going to be perfect for that role.
Right, yeah.
That's a
that's.
kind-
I
yeah.
mean, that's like the best thing that could happen, and when someone really believes in you, and I have to give a shout out to Diana Carter, because Diana Carter is a very hardworking woman, and she took a chance on me
Right.
and cast me in Recipes for Love,
Recipe for love.
and that's
Okay.
my first TV series, and my gratitude overflows for this woman. So Diana, I love you.
How many movies
We love
you
you,
win
Diana.
this year?
That's a
Because
good
I know you're
question.
I know you're very hardworking in there. I know you.
And every time I see
Shout
her
out
post,
to-
she's
to the
doing
si-
something else. So.
Have you worked anymore with Michelle Francescos?
No, and I'm hoping I do go back for season 3 of Grey's End. I'm hoping.
Wait, she's the one that does Grey's End?
Yes.
She's the one that's doing the stuff with the Annie, right?
With what?
With Annie? The woman from the Annie? That's the one you're talking about, Grey's End?
No, with Willie DeMeo, with William DeMeo.
Which one is Grace? See, me and Michelle go back.
Way back,
Way
yeah,
back.
yeah.
So when I'm trying to remember, because the thing is, I haven't been around, I'm not going to lie to you. I left kind of the acting scene 2016.
Right.
So like everybody that you're saying to me, I know who they are.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like I remember when they first came up.
Right.
So it's like it's dope to see them succeeding and becoming known, because in the beginning, I remember when it was just me, Dad, Michelle, Emilio,
Right,
Michael,
right.
Tom.
Yeah.
Everybody from those teams split up.
Yeah.
And they formulated all these new big teams now that
Right.
you're seeing coming out.
Ah.
So that's why when we see my what is it called?
IMDb.
You see all those people. That's why I know who she's talking about.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
the business is so small, so we all
Yeah.
met each other at one time.
Yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of indie films. My very, very first indie film was by Fred Carpenter.
Oh my God! Shout out to Fred Carpenter. Much love. I haven't heard Fred in years. Shout out to Fred.
Yeah,
We did
and
we
what'd you
did
do?
Charlie Mantle together.
Okay.
Who's that?
And I did Confessions of a Hitman, and I played.
Yeah.
I played.
You do a lot of
prostitute. I
mob-oriented
played a
ones, don't
prostitute.
you?
That's where I seen
Yes
you.
and no.
That's where I seen you on that set.
No, it was a close. It was just me and one other person from my scene. You weren't there.
You weren't
You're
there.
real familiar though.
No.
You weren't there.
I don't know, but I did. That was
Carpenter.
my first indie film
I didn't
ever.
really think Fred Carpenter. I remember seeing.
I did a movie called Jersey Bread with Gino
Jersey Bread.
Caffarelli. That was in Jersey.
Oh, shout out to Gino.
And
Oh my
Antonucci.
God.
And what else did I? There's just so many things that I didn't bring my everything.
Oh,
with me, but
I did.
I know you have some things there that
I
that-
did.
I know
No,
you
because
wanted
with
some
Fred
things.
Carpenter.
Fred Carpenter's great. I loved working with him.
Did you work on any other films with him?
No, that was my one and only.
Damn.
My one and only.
Oh, he's
Jersey
really
Bread.
stuck on this now. You
No,
know
it's not
right?
that. It's just that.
Jersey Bread. I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm doing another series called the Bensonhurst
Bensonhurst.
Boys.
Yes, that's the Benson. Okay,
Yeah,
got
we
that
just
one.
filmed the pilot for that, and hopefully we're gonna start filming in the spring. We've got a lot more episodes.
It's crazy, man. It's just this is.
Yeah, you know what? Why don't you just take the commercial break to think about it, okay? You can tell he's in heavy thinking mode
God,
right
it's
now.
It's not that. It's everyone that she's saying. I'm like, dumb, man. It's
It's bringing back memories.
yeah, like 2008, 2009, 2010. Like, whoa.
He's gonna have flashbacks later on too.
I haven't even been
Just
thinking
watch.
about this in years. Some of the names you brought up, I haven't even been thinking about in years. Wow.
Can we take a commercial break?
Can we
right
take a
now?
commercial break, please?
Yeah. Okay.
My
So-
brain's frying.
Don't go away.
We're gonna take a commercial break and be back with Teresa in a few.
The Jackie the Joke Man. Morning,
Jackie!
What is that?
That's a pygmy with a heart on.
New York Islander, Rich Pilon. So, how bad did you feel with the Kevin Stevens hit?
Darius and I were in their kitchen, and we were like, we were dominating Mario and them at the time. And Kevin just wanted to take me out, and it was a touch icing, and there was no need for him to come through. And he was just, and I kind of played like I didn't see him, and at the last second, just jumped right into him.
And we
love
really
you,
love
Mr. President.
Jason Scoop, and we're so happy he's back
Hello,
with us.
everybody. My wife Jilly makes she's beautiful. That's my husband, wife. Excuse me, right there. That's okay. Look.
She needs to
How's it
stop
going?
laughing.
Welcome to DNA Live.
Thank you, Teresa.
No
I've never
problem.
seen her laugh this much with a host. Usually when I bring on somebody, she's always angry.
No, that is not true.
What? No, I've
Ray
seen
Bobby,
your show.
cue
I've
that.
seen your show. She's not
Ray
angry
Bobby,
woman.
cue that.
Come on.
Exactly.
She's
Bobby.
not.
Bobby, there is no.
Ignore them. Ignore the testosterone in the room.
This is why I'm laughing so hard because of this one right next to me.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
Okay.
She makes us all nervous.
What?
No, what?
No, I do not.
I was talking about her, not you.
Oh.
I'm not laughing.
Not now. Okay, so our
Yes.
next segment.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, do you want to still keep talking
Well,
about
I
the
just want to
actor?
mention
Okay, just go ahead and mention, please.
that Bat Boy, A Yankee Miracle that you mentioned before with Ray Negron is the true story.
Right, okay.
That he got caught spray painting Yankee Stadium in 1977 with his cousin and his friends, and they all ran. He fell and got caught. They put him in a holding cell. George Steinbrenner came and he said, "What do I have to do to keep your kids from stop graffitiing my stadium?" And he made him a Yankee bat boy that night. He put him on the field, and he said, "As long as you get good grades in school and you do not spray my stadium anymore, you can remain a bat boy." 43 years later, he's still with the Yankees now as a consultant. We tell his story.
Oh, wow.
And it is a nonprofit show. We do the show out of love. All the proceeds go to a little girl with cancer, a gentleman with ALS, someone in need. And we'll be performing this show on November 29th. It's a Tuesday night
Okay.
at the Yogi Berra Museum in Montclair, New Jersey. And I think there's only a handful of tickets left.
Okay, we'll also be posting that on our website for everybody so they can get the
Shout out to
tickets.
Yogi Berra.
Yes, and I play in the
He was
first
one of my
half of the
favorite.
show. I play, which I sent you some pictures of. I sent you a ton of pictures. In the
She
first
sent
half,
me
I put on a dark
way-
wig and I play Aunt Olga, who is Ray's Puerto Rican aunt, and I leave everyone crying. And then
Yes.
in the second half, I put on a blonde wig, and I leave everyone laughing.
I asked this woman for the show. I said, T, do me a favor. Just send me a few pictures so I could have on the show.
And then I sent a couple through.
A couple?
I sent a couple through email.
Yeah.
And then I said, "Can I send some here through the messenger? Because it'll be easier." And then I just bombarded her with pictures.
The minute I told her send it through
And
Messenger.
then I was like, "Here, use whatever you want."
Yeah,
You
and-
never have enough. You know what I mean?
And then I kept going like this, going, "Oh my God,
Isn't
oh my
that
God,
true,
How
girl?
do I choose?
oh my God, how do I choose? Which one do I choose?" I mean, she must have sent me about 30 pictures, maybe. Okay,
No, maybe 15.
maybe.
Yeah.
No, it was like 40.
Yeah. Like Bobby
I
has the
was-
boxing picture.
it's not that
The
I had to
boxing
pick
picture.
through
I love
it
the
all.
boxing picture. What
The
was that
boxing
one
picture,
for?
this was a goof. What happened was I got a sty in my eye, and I said, "How could I make this funny?" So I put on boxing gloves and I posed, and I put on Facebook "Bruised 2" with Halle Berry, and everybody's calling me up to congratulating me. "Oh my God, you're gonna work with Halle Berry!" And I'm like, "People, I'm a comedian. Do you get that it's a joke?"
Oh God.
They probably were angry after that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I thought it was hysterical. It was funny.
She just makes me like flustered. I mean, you still had me from the moment you came in and started your little.
I just gave them a pre-show exercise to do before each show. That's all, like a pre-game show. It's like a pre-game thing. It's just like a pre-show thing.
You were it was like a tailgate party.
Yeah, tailgate party at home before the show.
I'm totally.
Well,
flustered.
ladies and gentlemen, today we have found one of the, I'm going to say, most interesting guests on DNA show.
Oh wow, I'm honored.
You have no idea what it's like during commercial break. Okay.
It's not even that. It's you made her finally stumble like 3 different times.
Really, I do that to people sometimes.
No, but I mean,
You made her flustered.
you made me fluster.
But you know what, too? She did very good in this show because she did her research.
Yes, and that's important. And I do research on all my guests too.
Thank you.
have to.
That's why she's
and
feeling
I had
good
you
right
on my
now.
show, Danny, and I did all my research.
We can talk about that the next segment.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay,
What
because
do you
we're
want to
still
talk about?
Honest.
What do you want to get to?
No, actually, I think we should.
You've got the paper. You're the boss.
No, oh God.
Go ahead, boss.
Listen. Okay, you're still stumped. You have no clue.
I'm not stumped. I realized something. The blast from the past. Let's get it going.
Okay. So anyway, I think we'll take another commercial break.
What? Another one? Bobby, be on the ball. She wants to go to break.
Captain Splish. I'm the superhero swimming. I'll teach you to be water safe with all my swimming skills, along with all my singular friends here in Splish Splashville. Myrtle the turtle, Octi the octopus, Starry the starfish, and that's just a few. You'll learn all about what your body can do. My superpower is to teach with song and rhyme, and that helps you remember what you learn every time. You'll learn to float and you'll learn to swim, from blowing bubbles to jumping in. Each week, you'll learn something new. You'll be amazed at what your body can do. I'm so excited for you to see the show, but now Captain Splash has to go. See you soon. Bye.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back. So,
Baby
now,
got back.
Sorry.
How do you expect me to go on with the show when you two are both,
Comedic.
Silly?
Exactly.
It's okay.
okay?
We got it. We got
Yeah.
this. We got this.
we got this. We got it?
Yeah.
Okay, we got it. So
If not, I
now
want to get it.
I wanted to talk about your comedic background.
Yes.
Okay, so you did play at Dangerfields.
Dangerfields was my last show I did before COVID.
right.
Before the pandemic hit. I did with LMAO, and that was with Jeff Kreiner. And he gave me a wonderful opportunity to be on such an iconic,
Awesome.
historic stage.
And which governors did you perform on as well?
Governors, well, back in the day,
Back in the day.
because I started comedy in the early 90s, my girlfriends gave me a birthday card and it said, your birthday fantasy. And I thought it was like a night with Antonio Sabato Jr. back then. And it was actually comedy classes at the Learning Annex in Manhattan. And after this 3-week class, you had to perform at Stand Up New York.
Okay.
So I started in comedy in 91. And I did it.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a
That's
lot
long.
older than I look.
Holy
But that's another
cow,
story.
91?
Yeah, back in 91 is when I started doing comedy. My first show was at Stand Up New York. But back then I did Stand Up New York. I did Caroline's. I did the
Caroline's.
comic strip. I've done a lot of places in the city. And then out here, back in the day, I did Governors. I did the Brokerage.
Oh, okay.
Konkoma Comedy Club was out here. There were a lot of clubs back in the day. So yeah, I pretty much performed all over. Shout out to Jimmy's Comedy Alley in Bayside. That was like my home club.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where I grew up, and that's
Well,
where
I grew up
met
around there, too,
everybody.
you know. I
met every comedian at Jimmy's Comedy Alley. I met Richie Byrne. I met Joey Cola. I met Dice Clay. I met Seinfeld.
Andrew?
Yes,
Dice Clay.
Yes, I met a lot of comics in the early '90s at Jimmy's Comedy Alley.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where it was happening back then.
Oh, he was-
And since then, my last show before COVID was at Dangerfields.
Okay.
And then a lot of comics did some comedy via Zoom during the
Right.
pandemic.
Oh,
that
wow.
wasn't up my alley.
But that's not- yeah, that's not as much-
I want a
yeah.
live audience, and I want people in front of me. So I did not partake in that.
Oh, okay.
And I do.
I can see that.
Some shows with. I've done some shows lately with Greg Critico. Shout out to Astoria. And I've done some shows with my girl Kathy Arnold and Kristen Tinsley. And whenever someone asks me to do a show and I'm available,
You go.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I know a lot of people know that I'm acting a little bit more than doing comedy now, but it's not like I've retired from comedy.
Right.
So I do have.
But you're very good at it.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
very good.
I do have 2 upcoming
You're a
shows.
natural.
Thank you.
You are such a natural.
I do have 2 upcoming shows in December. One is going to be in Manhattan.
When?
You're asking me, and I don't know.
Well,
right
I'm
now.
just saying
I
in
think one is
December. Okay.
December 9th. I don't know. I'm going to have to get back to you with this, but I
Okay.
do have 2 upcoming shows in
Well,
December.
let me know so I can
One
put it
is
on my
here.
website.
One is here with Bobby and Greg Criticos. What date is that, Bobby? December.
Yeah, he
Well,
doesn't
he'll
know.
give us the date. But
Drum
right
roll,
here at beautiful Paradise Studios in Mesa Pizza. Right here. Come see me and Greg Criticos and December 10th here.
2 days before my birthday.
The 10th. Oh, and the 9th is going to be in Manhattan with Kathy Arnold.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So with that said,
Yeah. And tea time. I've been doing tea time here a long time, and
I know.
I love it.
How many seasons?
Well, I've been doing tea time for 4 years and 3 years here.
Okay, 4 years, 3 years.
Yes,
yeah.
and my name's Teresa, obviously, and my friends call me T. And that's how I figured I come out with tea time. And everyone's like, does it have to do with golf? Does it have to do with drinking tea? No, it's just my first initial.
It's just the first. Yeah, I understand that.
Just my first initial.
So, but I wanted to get off note for a second. I just heard that your daughter,
My daughter.
your daughter
got engaged.
and just engaged. Oh, okay.
She just got engaged, and her fiance, now I have to say fiance instead of boyfriend, came to me and said, I'm thinking about asking Val to marry me. And I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? Because she's a pain in the behind. She's a real pain in the tush.
That's probably something my mother would have
And
said
he goes,
too.
no, I'm sure. So this weekend we went dress hunting. And she said yes to the dress.
She said yes to the dress.
Yesterday.
That's it.
I'll be putting pictures up on my show tomorrow night.
Oh my gosh. How many did she?
But you don't understand. All the parents remarried or dating someone. So take a normal number for a wedding and then just triple it. Because first they said they're going to have 350. And now it's up
is
to
that it?
455.
Wow.
So
That's a lot.
Yeah, no, it's cray. So, yeah, it's
455?
insane. So I said, I'm going to give you this much money towards the wedding, this much money to the dress, this much money towards the
Father
party.
of the bride.
Just me. And instead of saying thank you, she goes, "What about the bridal shower?" I'm like, "What?" So now we have to plan that too.
But
I have to sell blood or grow a money tree in my backyard. Maybe sell used underwear. I know people are into used underwear or dirty socks. There are some crazy people making $60,000, $80,000 a year selling their stinky socks. People are into feet. I don't know. It's crazy. People are crazy, but they do it and people buy it. I got to come up with a plan.
Oh my
I gotta come up
God!
with
You
a
just
plan.
made me tear. Oh,
I thank God I only have one daughter, by the way, and I only have to do this once.
well, you'll come up with the plan. Tea time.
What, if I'm not talking, none of you are
Yeah,
talking?
right. Well, I'm trying here.
I'm sitting
Danny
here
ain't
listening
giving me
to her.
anything.
I know, and
I'm
he's like,
sitting there listening because this is great.
now you understood now what I was talking about before, and you were saying, keep your composure. I can't with this woman in the room. You have no idea.
No, I
Well,
was
let me
just-
tell you something. I really do appreciate, you both having me on.
No.
This is an honor for me.
Listen,
Really.
at the end of the day,
I love you both. You know that.
we love you too, man. Strong Island family. You already know.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
so as a talk show host,
Yes,
you have had a lot of guests in the last 3 years. But
I have.
we're just gonna. You sent me all these pictures and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to showcase
Sure.
the ones that I thought were really
You
good.
picked them out.
I
She
picked
picked
them out.
I had nothing to do with it.
I picked them out. She had
Okay.
nothing to do with them.
All right.
You can throw the first one, Bobby, and just keep going.
Okay.
Okay.
You
The
want me to
first
say-
one
you want me
would
to say
be
who they
nice.
are? I hope I remember who they are. Bobby, throw them up. Throw up the first pic. She wants the pics of my show. And okay, so
Look at
I
that.
wonder who that is.
I wonder who that is.
I don't know. I think he's a singer.
I think I'm not even sure he's that, but I think I've seen him before.
That
do
is
not know
that's
that
me actually interviewing Michael Madsen at Soprano/MobCon.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I was chunky back then, chunkier.
Chunky. How
I was
long ago
chunkier.
was that?
That was last July. That was like a year and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And who's that?
That is Angela. Angela is a plus size QVC model.
Oh.
Angela Perrimon.
I like
She's
her.
She has her own talk show here, as you can see behind us. It's called Behind the Vibes.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh,
Yes.
I got to talk to her one day.
Yes,
then.
you do.
I
yes,
do.
You do.
I do.
She's
I do. I
amazing.
love her smile. Okay, go ahead.
That's Dave Revels. Dave Revels is an amazing singer. He was with the Persuasions
Persuasions.
and the Drifters.
Oh, the Drifters I've heard of.
Yes. Dave is an amazing artist.
Go ahead. Next one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Bobby, stop talking
it?
and put up the pictures.
He loves talking, but that's okay. But who has been like?
Well, during COVID,
Right,
the
that's
bad
what-
part of COVID was no one was working. The good part was I was able to get Donnie Most, who played Ralph Mouth on Happy Days.
I remember him.
I was able to get Butch Patrick, who played Eddie Munster on The Munsters. I was able to get Kieran Sheehan, who played the lead in Phantom of the Opera on Broadway, and Rob Bartlett, who was with Imus for years, and other local comics like Joey Cola, who I love dearly and is a good friend of mine, and and just so many more people. I could go on and on. Bobby Rydell before he passed away.
Oh my God, Bobby Rydell.
Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah.
So out of all the guests though, like what is the your talk show?
Doc Gooden. Hello.
Doc Gooden.
Yeah.
Yeah, the baseball player.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah. He's my boyfriend.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's my boyfriend. I call him my boyfriend.
He's not your boyfriend.
He's my boyfriend.
No, he's not
Yeah,
your
he is.
boyfriend.
Doc Gooden is cool. I like Strawberry.
I tell my
too.
parents he's Sicilian.
So anyway,
Yes.
with the talk show, how much fun is it? Like, see, because we have done also the talk show on Zoom because people might not necessarily
yes,
be here
I
and
do
stuff
Zoom
like that.
also because a lot of my guests sometimes are from LA.
Right. You
Yes.
know, that's what I'm saying. So if
Like
you,
Peter, Mark Jacobson,
Okay.
Fran Drescher's ex-husband.
right.
He did my show via
via Zoom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. But that's what I say. Do you love the talk show? Tell me you don't love the talk show.
I love doing my talk show. I'm a people person. I love people. I love getting to know their life story.
Right.
That's what I love about it. And I do prefer in-person interviews, but I do Zoom when I
Right.
have to.
Okay. But you know who I wanted to ask you about? Halloween.
Halloween. We dressed up this year. for
Right. I saw it.
Halloween.
Who was the woman?
That was Barbara Held, the woman that we were on stage talking about.
That was the
Yes, that
same
was
woman?
Barbara. Yes, she is a comic. She's a comedian. She's an actor, and she is also a teacher. She taught art
I want her.
at Farmingdale College.
Her, I want on my.
Oh, you
show.
have to have her on the show. She's a
I want
she's
her
a
on my
panic.
show.
She's a panic.
You know why? Because when I was watching
She'd
that
be
show,
thrilled, and she's in the Wizards books with me. She played the other witch with me.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
what I like. What I like is art. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of the movies nowadays, they're
Yeah.
kind of like remakes of like the old. But when you have something brand new from like an independent artist, an independent filmmaker,
Right.
it's pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
I did Distiller. Distiller was about witches in bottles coming out, spirits in bottles. I like all that stuff because
Yeah.
that's creativity.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
But
cool.
no, but when I was watching her, what got me going when you guys were having some kind of conversation and you were asking her a question and
Bob
she
was
did,
great.
she didn't want to
hysterical.
answer. She's like, okay, next.
Yeah, 'cause she said to me, if I don't want to talk, I'm going to press you like this, like a button. And that means move on to the next topic, sister.
Yeah. And that's what she was doing. And I was like, oh, I love this woman. I got to have her on my
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, she's
So
great.
she's-
She'll do your show.
She-
She'll so do your show.
Really?
I'll have to drive her here, but she'll do it. Yeah.
Well, where does she live? Does she live far?
No, she's like around the corner from me.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you meant like she's
No,
like.
I meant she doesn't drive like at night in the dark. She really shouldn't be driving at all anymore. But that's another situation and topic.
Oh my God!
I think everyone over
haven't
everyone over the age of 70 should take a yearly road test, and half the population in Florida won't have anyone on the road. Yeah.
And you wonder why I'm laughing so hard?
And when I told my mother, when it's time to give up your keys, lady, you're not going to be happy about it either.
Well, they got Ubers and they got Lyfts, so they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's expensive.
My mother uses
Not
this
really.
Accessoride in Queens, and it takes her to
That's
the
what my
5
mom used to
boroughs.
use, too.
Yeah, it takes her to the 5 boroughs.
Accessoride.
Yeah, Accessoride.
It used to
Shout
pick
out
her
to
up.
Ann. Hi, Ann. Love you.
No,
See you tomorrow night.
That I was born and bred in well, I wasn't from Astoria, but I was
Astoria.
I was well, being Greek, that's all you could do. is
Yes,
either
the
be,
goddess.
oh God, here we go. Is that all you know?
Sagapo.
Oh, there we go. She loves me.
Dosamir Falaki.
Oh my God, you are really good, girl.
Thank you.
And Here we go.
No. She was really good.
I know.
She says it better than you do.
But let's give a big.
That's great.
Go ahead.
Oh, we gotta go. You got
gotta
like
head
10
out
seconds
now.
left.
Oh, okay.
3,
Gotta go.
2.
I'm sorry. I was having so much fun. I didn't realize we gotta go. Tea time with Teresa.
Monday nights, 8 o'clock.
Monday nights, 8 o'clock.
11 a.m. Channel 20 on Saturdays.
There
on
you go.
Optimum.
And we're out of here, folks.
Thanks,
This is
guys.
Show.
Bye-bye.
See you later.